Thank you. Some people might think that the proposed Douglas Park Cemetery might be needed for the number of burial plots, but really it just isn't worth it. It isn't worth the risk to the environment, to the residents, and to the visitors who would risk their lives driving to visit loved ones. The proposal is now for 37,000 lots and a crematorium in a rural block attached to, guess what? No infrastructure. The proposal is actually right next to the Hume Highway, but is not accessible directly. The site is just over 3 kilometres from Douglas Park Township, which is 11 kilometres from Picton Road interchange. Close to 1.4 kilometres of the drive from Douglas Park is a single lane steep embankment which currently has traffic lights to stop cars passing each other. They almost look like they're going to fall off the cliff, and it actually has overhanging rocks that are a danger. Even with the warning signs and traffic lights, motorists get frustrated and ignore the warnings, and they risk it, causing near head-on collisions. The current traffic load is at capacity and is not even considering growth that will come to the area. The other way around is through Picton Road, and then through a residential original village of Wilton and along Douglas Park Drive, through a 50-kilometre village and up roads that are inadequate for state significant development, or even really in a poor condition from the council. The 17,000 square metre block is built on heavy sandstone rock that will need to be broken up and crumbled, added to fill in order to bury anything on it. At present, you can't even dig a hole to plant a tree beyond the native bushes that are grown in the sandstone cracks. The site is close to the intersection of the Cataract and Nepean River. The native wildlife use it at the site, along with neighbouring properties that share the rural residential lifestyle with the natural wildlife. There are budgies, goannas, wallabies that cross through the area. The area is not entirely bush. There are cleared lands such as the Catholic Missionaries of the Sacred Heart, as well as the farm and residential use. The point, however, remains there are no shops, no core infrastructure that this block adjoins. And you might think, no core services, need for a development this size that the applicant is seeking? There is no gas connection for the crematorium. There is no high voltage lines with extra capacity. I know that the developments around Douglas Park that are approved at Wilton and Appin are stalled because of lack of infrastructure. Instead of aiming to go inside one of these development areas and creating a cemetery that would be welcomed that adjoins the bushlands, this is simply just the wrong site. The concept plan was passed due to an allowance in the LEP, a discrepancy unlike other discrepancies in some other councils for other matters. I'm aware that after consultations that the Wallandilly councillors have come together with the community to get a robust planning proposal to back their residents. I thank the councillors and the council for listening to me and to the community about concerns about the development like these in incompatible zones. The state significant development has a long way to go. I know the residents have been fighting this for a long time. I want to say that I hear you, and I'm glad to say your councillors do as well. I look forward to the state signing off the change to the LEP to be consistent with the surrounding councils as well as the standard instrument. I know this is just the beginning of the next chapter of making submissions, but I would like to say thank you to the residents. In particular, the McConaughey's, who have stayed in touch with myself and my office throughout the extensive process so far, as well as the ever knowledgeable Sam Davis, whose research has assisted with this greatly. Regardless of the outcome, you should all be proud of leaving no options unexplored. And as your local member, I must say how proud I am to be able to represent you.